Well, yeah, I just want to welcome Björn from the MetaBots team to the Future Lounge. Björn, if you'd like to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your project.
Of course. So, nice to meet you, everybody. I'm Björn Mattens. I'm from Netherlands. I'm 25 years old, turning 26 next month. I started in cryptocurrencies back in the start of 2017. I made my first crypto investments. Happy I was that early with the crypto investments itself. So I had an amazing run back in 2017 and never lost my interest. I've been it's been trading for roughly 2 years. And then I really went into development of cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. Back in 2020, we started our first project called Passive Income. This just started as a basic token that we are going to reward passive income rewards to the holders, but it really grew out to a huge development company where we now already have helped a lot of companies with reaching over more than 1 million funding for their projects and development milestones, create different marketplaces, games, DEXs, launchpads, etc. So we're already doing development and running this space for over a year, since December 2020. And MetaBots is basically my second project I'm launching, as I'm really inspired by the GameFi concept. And Passive Income is running for quite a while already in the meantime. So we now have time to really expand to a new venture.
Amazing. Well, yeah, great introduction to yourself. And what I'd like to do is to go a bit more in depth into the project, if you don't mind. So give a complete overview of what MetaBots is and what you're planning to do for the investors.
Perfect. So MetaBots is going to be a game. The game is going to be a robot boxing game, basically based on the Real Steel movie. As we all know, the robot boxing of Atom. But also there's going to be a metaverse created. So MetaBots is the initial creation for the initial game to be able to create this metaverse. This metaverse is going to be an open world where you can walk around with your characters, with your NFTs, but it comes from a different project. But you can use them in our metaverse. Our project will initiate as where you have to collect NFTs, 6 different NFTs to create a robot in the game. The NFTs will be a head, left arm, right arm, torso, left leg, right leg. Initially, these NFTs will only be able to be collected to be used in the game by staking our utility token. With these robots, you're going to have certain specifics, rarities, but also skills, etc., where you can play with. With these robots, then you can make you can play against other players, player versus player, for a wager. So you both put in, for example, 1 BNB to play against each other, and the winner takes all. So the game is also not only reliable on the token itself and the income that it gets, but it also has another source of winning possibilities. Besides this as well, there's going to be a system where you're going to get rewarded on the time you're playing, but also things like being able to put bets as a spectator on these games being played, these events, the robot boxing by players. And this is the basic of the games. We're also going to do land sales, etc., as in other metaverses where people can buy pieces of land. So at first we're going to have a Genesis round, a lot of valuable places around the arenas, etc., where the robot boxing happens. And here people could open, for example, a repair shop or a robot sales marketplace, etc. Really create an own economic system inside of these metaverse. MetaBots will be existing from the start 10 robots, that all access from 6 different NFTs. Every robot will have different values when they are being developed, what kind of wiring you have, etc., etc. So the basic what we are trying to create is a sustainable ecosystem for gamers to really earn an income by just playing a simple game.
Amazing. Just before we step into any more of it, because obviously there's a lot going on here than what we initially expect, right? It begins as a fighting game that you expect, with each player having their own robot, being able to fight in the arena and obviously use it as a staking system. That's how you're going to earn tokens. So completely, I would say, based on skill, right? On the player's mechanics. If they win, then they'll win the tokens. If you don't want to participate and fight directly, you can act as a spectator as well. and then bet on the event also. What really captured my interest is obviously you're going past the initial part of just the fighting, and you're trying to develop it more as an open world title. Like you said, like you'd have land spaces around the arena itself. People would be able to go and explore. What would be the requirements for people to participate in that game? Would they have to have already bought an NFT to play even in the open world? Are you going to give them their own like free designated characters where they can go explore for free? Like, what's the entry requirements for your game?
Yeah, perfect. So if you want to play the game, so fight with a robot, you need to be able to get NFT. These NFTs are only able to buy them. So if you really want to fight and engage with the game, yeah, you need to pay for it. But if you just want to walk around the game, be a spectator, you have free entry. You can just walk around, look around, maybe look for a plot what you think is interesting, and then in the future, if you've been playing or watching, you can decide to spend money on it, or just play a lot of time, be very active in the game, and slowly earn maybe some NFTs over time.
Amazing. Yeah, I think a good thing, like you guys have ensured that you'll get paying players in terms of the entry for the actual fighting itself. But if people just want to participate in the game, watch other players fight to get a better understanding of it, and also then they could benefit from. Would they be able to also bet on the fights even if they haven't paid for NFTs?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, amazing.
So as a spectator, there will be a special betting place, like you have, for example, at a horse track. They can go put bets on these robots, on the winning team, and then win basically. Bet correctly. This of course will only be though on the events we plan, as there's going to be a risk if you, for example, will do this on every match. People are going to be able to do matchmaking. So we're going to have a lot of organized fights that people can sign up for or battle towards, and then win a spot in there. If they then win a spot in there, these events are going to have a prize pot from roughly $25,000 to $50,000 for the winning person.
Amazing. So essentially, the only spectator ones that they're betting on are ones that are organised by yourselves to make sure it's a fair betting place. You're going to make sure that people aren't fixing matches, essentially.
Correct.
Amazing. And it also then gives the opportunity for people outside of like the main events, let's say, they can go off and they can bet with people and they can choose the amount completely, right? If they wanted to maybe fight their friend for free in practice, they would be able to do so.
Of course.
Amazing. Yeah, so it'll be, I think I've obviously played a lot of fighting games or seen a lot of fighting games. I haven't seen an open world fighting game before. So it'll be very interesting to see how you guys play it out. And obviously, within crypto as well, especially, again, not seen, but just outside of that as an entirety, I haven't seen any sort of game try and produce something that like that. So you guys have got a nice, unique selling point, right? You're looking.
Yeah, there's something as well I've been researching a lot. As I'm a huge fan of robot movies and games and all this stuff, Transformers, Pacific Rim, Real Steel, etc. And we had back in 2012, I think 2010, we had a PlayStation 3 game for Real Steel, and everybody is really like eager to get a remake, but it's just not coming. And there are no other robot boxing games, but it's something so exciting. Everybody loves robots. Basically, the guys, especially us, they're all online, love gaming, etc. For me, it was 1 + 1 is 2.
Yeah, amazing. I'm interested. Obviously, I'm gonna be a complete geek and want to talk about the actual game mechanics and everything for a while, but I won't be doing my diligence for the community if we don't talk a bit about the token and the NFTs first. So while we're on the topic of the NFTs, you mentioned there's going to be 6 parts that they'll need to buy. How much is each part going to cost for minting?
Each part is going to be costing 0.1 if you want to mint a random part, 0.1 BNB.
Okay.
So basically, we would like to mint. So we're going to have two. Yeah, we're going to have different options. So basically, you can stake tokens to get NFTs as rewards, but you can also buy them for a random one. So a random leg, arm, head, torso, etc. for 0.1, or a specific one, a head, leg, arm. You can choose for 0.2 BNB. So, for example, you have minted certain NFTs, but you're missing a head, and you're like, I'm not going to go for random. I just need a head now. You can mint instantly a head.
Okay, amazing. And so you mentioned earlier, was it that you need to stake to unlock the right to buy those the specific NFTs?
No, you can choose to basically use the token, stake the tokens, and then over a longer period of time get NFTs and rewards, or just buy them directly.
Okay, I get you. So you're offering basically an additional incentive to the guys that are going to be staking your token. But if people, maybe a bit impatient, they want to start playing right away, or they want to build their robot right away, they have the ability.
Yeah, exactly. So to really incentivize the utility of the token, we only going to bring, and also to gain the value of the NFTs, only the people that would stake their token prior to pre-sale will get the NFTs available on the launch of the day of launch of the game itself. This will only be for like 1 or 2 weeks, but this will give us an exclusive access towards the game, where people also now already will think like, okay, I will need access to this game. I want to use my NFTs. I'm going to stake these tokens right now before we launch. This will mean that we get a huge amount of value locked away. And after the pre-sale, we have a lot less chance of a dump after we gain value again from more interested people that want to stake their tokens to get an NFT to use in the game. Also, the token is going to be very connected towards the game, where you can instantly recharge a robot, for example, with token usage. But sorry, what do you want to say? Good morning, Bern. Also, the NFTs being bought, a part of this revenue is being redirected towards the token being bought and being burned again. Being sent towards the game reward pot. So this is a constant ecosystem that really runs around, and really puts back the profit and the income back into the game to really make it sustainable.
Amazing. Yeah, I'm glad that you're finding kind of further use for your own native token. Obviously, just buying and staking for the NFTs is one thing, but then also finding in-game use for it is going to be key as well. One thing I'd be concerned about is if the payouts, what the payouts are going to be like. So you mentioned quite large sums of money in the official events and things like that. Is that going to be paid out in your own native token, or are you going to use a stable currency or BNB?
Stable currencies, as this again can otherwise instantly create a dump, and we don't want that.
Yeah, beautiful.
We need to really watch this out. So this budget will be gained from income from selling NFTs, uses inside the game, etc.
Okay, amazing. And then so obviously that's the rewards through your own exclusive events as well. And was that for staking as well? The staking would be paid out in stable.
The staking rewards is going to be 15%, but it's going to be paid out in the token itself.
In the token itself, okay. So 15%, not too bad at all. And then
this also again just prior to launch. If you're going to stake after launch, it's going to be only 10%.
Okay, great. And then when people are participating in the matches, just between them and a friend, or them and another player, and they're choosing to put money on it, right? They're betting on themselves for the match. Is it in their own native? Is it in your own native token again, or is it again in stable?
But this is any choice they want.
Any choice.
Or any token basically. They can even put an NFT up if they want to. Like they can put NFTs up to battle it up.
Amazing. So you're giving them like a lot of variety to do it how they would like. Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, I want to talk a bit about the token. Just before we jump into the details of the game and the development cycle that you guys have had. So the token itself, obviously you guys are going to be offering staking. Is there any other sort of utility outside of the game usage that you're going to be offering your investors?
We're going to have, of course, staking. We have the gaming aspect. But besides this as well, we're going to have an NFT marketplace where our NFTs can be traded on. Mm-hmm. Also, again, a new incentive for the token itself, for the usage. Which I did. The game is really the main utility of the token, of course.
Yeah. Of course.
And to do this pre-sale, to get the basic funding for the project to be run on. That's why we created a staking program before the token goes live. So we really have to. So the pre-sale will happen. Liquidity will be added to the pool, and people will be able to claim their tokens. But we won't launch until a week after the pre-sale. So in the meantime, we're really going to incentivize everybody to really take these tokens away and really be with us for the utility of the token, as the game won't be here for another 5-6 months. And so we really need to incentivize the community to be there with us to really use the tokens. We will have a demo ready within a week for people to play. But the real game where all the betting systems and currency connections will be roughly in 5 to 6 months.
Okay, great. And then in terms of the actual usage for the NFTs, when will people be able to claim their NFTs and obviously start collecting it? And possibly, I think you would have a lot more keen holders, if they can actively see the NFTs that they're either earning or they can mint, and they can assemble them and turn them into these robots that are going to be used in game. Do you have plans to release those earlier prior to the game?
Yes, this will be included in the NFT marketplace, so you can basically custom your robots, build your robots, repair them, or do any adjustments outside of the game as well. As not everybody always wants to work on these robots while they're in the game, as it's quite a heavy game to be run. So it would be nice for people as well to be able to do this outside of the game, and this will be going to be on the NFT marketplace. As you can see on the roadmap, we have planned roughly April, May to release the NFT sales and the NFT marketplace.
Okay, amazing. So April, May for the marketplace, and then we're looking for and then it'll be another.
And they can watch them on the marketplace. They can check the rarities. They can see how they are being shown. They can adjust them, etc. Combine them, and really check out what are the best. Try to make the best combination. Which robot has the best features, etc.
Mm-hmm. And do you plan to list the NFTs or allow the NFTs to be listed on third-party marketplaces like Treasureland and Tofu and things like that?
Yeah. Anyone basically. We honestly don't have any control about it, as there are NFTs. They're stored in the MetaBots. So if they want to list it somewhere else, it's possible.
Okay, cool. But it was just in case. I think. For like Tofu and things, the actual organization or project can apply for verification as well, which could help. Obviously, BSC isn't as well known for NFTs, so it can help any platform that's heavily using NFTs and allowing them to trade, especially ones with BSC.
So you got extra relevance.
Yeah, exactly. It could give you more exposure for the NFT market on that side of things.
Definitely, send it to me, man. We will definitely be interested in looking this out, because there's so much when we can just not know everything and know every single project that can bring us to more awareness, etc.
Yeah, amazing. I'll definitely send it through after the AMA. And what I want to talk about quickly is obviously, NFT GameFi's. The most popular ones that we see in the space are actually on ETH, right? They're not. They're typically on BSC. So, what was your guys' choice to come to BSC?
Still, Ethereum is just way too expensive regarding the gas fees, and that's just my initial choice. I know BSC is full of shitcoins in general, but I believe that it's not depending on the chain. If you just present something that's really good, as you look at Axie Infinity, they're using Ronin. Wait 1 second. Did I say this right? Ronin wallet. And I had so much trouble in getting this Ronin. I needed to make an account on Gate.io. I needed to send it this, I needed to send it there, I needed to buy this there. But people still do it. It became a huge game. So people don't mind taking the extra hassle as long as you deliver something that's of quality and where they can make a profit on what they want to use, etc. As we all been learning how to use MetaMask, Trust Wallet, Binance Smart Chain, Matic, etc., we go where the money has been made. We go where good things are. So I believe it's not depending on the chain.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I think, like you said, if the game is good enough and if it's attractive enough, if the NFTs are bringing people in, the people will come to you, right? It's just about getting the exposure to let them know about it. What I'd be keen to know as well is obviously, I'm sure there's plenty of investors that are also gaming enthusiasts. So you will get a crowd initially from that anyway. But I think a crucial part for you guys for your longevity and for active player base, right, is going to come from the outward facing community. So you guys looking at people who aren't currently investors. I think a lot of people that participate in GameFi projects initially don't invest in any other token before that. A lot of them come on board specifically for those games. So I'm curious to see what you guys, who you guys think is going to be your key demographic for this game. Obviously, I want to know as well the sort of requirements people are going to have to run this game. Whether you're going to be a very dependent, where you'll alienate some people with who don't have, gaming PCs, or whether it's going to be quite accessible. And then, yeah, again, who do you think your key demographic is for playing this game?
Yeah, so our main demographic is going to be basically Twitch gamers, people that really speak about a lot of games, etc. I have a personal partnership with Garrett from the MrBeast show. He got a great connection in this gaming area, where I'm really going to utilize this connect to really get our game out to the real players, to real big players as well. We have a lot of followers. I also made some deals with them where we can give them certain NFTs for free, where they're going to utilize these NFTs in the game and show it to their followers. So our demographics will be real game influencers and really show this to gamers, and not just specific crypto gamers, but just gamers in general. The game to be run, at first is going to be needing to be running on a gaming computer indeed, but we would like to integrate that we host most of the game outside of the computer for people, so to really be able to play the game on a more easier computer. Okay, so
wait, I'm trying to remember the last game that did something similar. I think it was Crackdown 3.
For example, like on mobile, you also have like Warzone, etc. Call of Duty. And this game gets mostly hosted outside of your phone, so you're able to play this game.
Yeah. Because I think there was it was it was Crackdown 3 that started that, where they were able to have such a destructible environment and everything because a lot of the game was run on their own servers, on the Microsoft servers, rather than on people's systems that wouldn't be able to handle it. Okay, cool. No, it's great that you're considering that as an opportunity or an option to bring more people in. I think a huge part of the gaming audience right now for crypto projects is definitely on mobile. In not particularly in the western part of the world, really. It's in the eastern part of the world where not everybody has gaming PCs, right? So they need their only opportunity to play is on mobile. So definitely something to consider down the line. It's great that you've got to connect, through the MrBeast show, that they've got a large audience. I'm sure a good percentage of them are gamers. As well, obviously, Twitch space is going to be very crucial for you in order to highlight it. If it's a competitive game with a lot of skill set required, it can do very well actually in the space when you're going to Twitch. Hyper casual games don't do well in that space, so you need to have a competitive edge, something for the people participating and the audience to get excited about. So definitely big. Fighting games have their own little niche audience as well, right? You see there's like specific groups of Twitch players that will play
Fight Night,
they'll be playing Street Fighter, they'll be playing they'll be Smash Bros, and a lot of them are old.
Smash Bros, man. I love Smash Bros. I have to say it's one of my favorite games.
Yeah, exactly. So I was really interested to see if you're trying to capitalize on that audience, where you're trying to compete with these fighting games themselves, but set yourself up alongside that, or you're going to take alongside the route of finding just the biggest and best, the biggest Twitch audiences or the biggest Twitch partners that you can, and just highlighting that game and hoping people are interested in crypto.
I thought about it as well, but these people are interested in fighting games and mostly played on PlayStation, Xbox, etc. And our game is not going to be available on that, and just computer. And these games, I don't think really get played on the PC mostly. So I chose to not aim for them for now. And really go to the general gaming community.
Yeah, no, good shout, good shout. And yeah, it would be interesting to know as well. Obviously, for these people coming in, like you said, with Axie, you mentioned obviously the difficulty of having to set up and do a million different things. In terms of ease of entry for people to get involved in your project, will you guys be looking at creating an education portion, either on your website or through your Telegram, or
this the beautiful thing is that we have already done this with our prior project. So we have an amazing knowledge base that explains from step to step in how to do the RPC URL into your MetaMask and how to create a MetaMask and where to buy the token. We have our own fiat on-ramp, so people can just buy with a credit card, and within an hour their crypto is on the MetaMask, BNB, Ethereum, anything, any chain, etc. So we really have simplified the process really for people to get in. So as soon as I also I love playing Axie Infinity. It's a bit of a basic game. But as soon as I notice, like, oh man, this getting in here is way too hard. We need to simplify this as much as possible.
Okay, amazing. No, beautiful. I think, easing the entry for players that aren't familiar with crypto into the project is going to be very crucial for you guys as well. So it'll be interesting to see what you guys are up to. Before we delve into a bit more about the game development cycle, and then I think down after that we'll talk about some marketing. I'd really like to know a bit more about the team. Obviously, we've got yourself with us today. Can you talk a little bit more about the core team and everyone's role in the project?
Yeah, of course. The team is roughly about 20 to 25 people all around the world. We have here in the office in Malaga 10 people working. We have a few people in the Netherlands. I'm myself Dutch, but I live in the south of Spain. We have 2 game designers. We have 3 Solidity developers. We have 1 game developer just on the mechanics, and we have 1 world creator. Further, we're working together with Pixoon. Pixoon is an award-winning designing company. They have won over more than 10 awards in game designs, and they're making our robot designs and rigging them, modifying them, making them proper game ready so that we can use the FTX files inside of the Unreal Engine 5. Further, also we have a proper shield team. So they're just sharing the crypto around, going to groups, going on Twitter, doing this full time. Then I have an advisor in Germany that works for automotives. And of course I work with Jay, as you know, Speedy Gonzalez, doing our marketing together with this team. Further, we have a content writer, Michael. We have our social media manager, Otis. And I'm not forgetting anyone right now. I think that's roughly it. Our team. As well, you can look on the website. You can see on the website all the links are connected to the team. These are the main people of the team, but not even everybody's on there.
No, amazing. And yeah, obviously we do have it on recording, so anybody who's been left out, I'm sure they'll be very upset with you. But for the most part, I think you've got a good amount of people, so we're all good.
All good.
No, amazing. I'm glad that you've got. I think you've got a good variety of people there. You touched on obviously the game designers and and the developer themselves, but you actually do have, like you said, a third-party studio that's helping you with the 3D, like with the creation, the rigging, everything. So you guys are being very realistic. I think that the time you gave us, 6 months, I was worried that that'd be a bit too soon for a game of the grandeur that you were saying. But
we've only been developing for 5 months.
There we go. Yeah, that's what I was going to ask is obviously how long have you guys been working on it prior? So yeah, a decent, you would need at least a decent year for, like you said, just under a year there to come up with.
Yeah, we have on the roadmap, we have say the fourth quarter of this year. But yeah, of course, you're going to have to be sure about this. Development takes a lot of error and trial. But yeah, we've estimated from now roughly six months.
Yeah. I think a big portion that people forget about is quality assurance and game testing, and then especially when it's going to come to crypto, and you guys are people are being allowed to put money on the game. You got to make sure the bugs are ironed out. There's no exploits. There's no opportunity for people to find to find a way to continue to win the game with an unfair advantage, right?
We're integrating a certain system that when certain parameters are getting messed up, every time when a game ends and a payout is being done, everything gets checked. So one error, it instantly gets cancelled and goes back to both players. So we can know for sure nothing gets fucked up. Basically.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and that I think that will be an amazing countermeasure as well. Just because obviously, yeah, where there are players, there's players that are looking to cheat the system. There always is. Unfortunately, it's just the nature of the space, I think. But yeah, no, amazing to touch on. Obviously, you guys have been in development for 5 months now. So in terms of the actual game itself, you guys are going to be coming up with the beta first. That will just be, I imagine, just the actual fighting match itself, right? Rather than the complete open world kind of universe.
Now, basically, the open world is almost completed. So we're gonna release a demo in 1 week, 2 weeks roughly, so that people can walk around with the robot in the open world, and that's gonna be the first demo. And then after that, probably 2 months later, we'll release a beta where they can just solely do the fighting. Indeed.
Okay, cool. So yeah, in the first 2 weeks of launch, right? So in 2 weeks of launch, people are going to be able to witness the go around
from now.
From now. Wow. Okay. So yeah, 2 weeks from now. So
from now.
Yeah. So amazing. So you guys aren't coming out with everything immediately, but you already do have so much that's been in development, and we're going to see at least a product where people can walk around. And would this be in like a model robot that you guys have created already, or is this any NFT that they've created they can go around and walk in?
That's our model robot we've created ourselves.
Okay, cool. But obviously in the future, and when it's further developed, any NFT that they've created, they could go around and explore and use in the game, right?
Yeah, every NFT that has been modified and rigged.
Okay, cool. And
of course, it's not modified and rigged; it's going to go into the 3D world.
Yeah, amazing. And in terms of the actual parts that you guys are offering during the NFT minting, are you going to have a variety in rarities that will offer additional benefits in the game itself, or is it specifically just a cosmetic appearance?
No, it's going to be not cosmetic appearance, and it's going to be just for the in-game usage. So there's going to be different wire systems, for example, bronze, silver, gold, just different. We're gonna have different years built, as there's been a war, there's a storyline. The war started in 2042. First robots got built in 2042. The war went on to 2048. And the last robot got built in 2048. Now, of course, the robot built in 2048 is just a little bit more advanced than the one before. Then we have, in the robot, you can see we have 6 different levels of rarities and differentiations. What differentiates the abilities and extra power, defense, speed of the robot.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, I think when it's going to come to minting, and people love customization within games as well. So rather than having it as purely, like we said, a pure aesthetic, you can actually see differences in how the robots will be used and how they'll play as well. So that'll be very interesting. That'll be very interesting and exciting. Do you guys have plans kind of down the line with further NFTs that will be separate from the body parts themselves? Like, for instance, if they were going to utilize weapons or certain equipment or things like that. Do you have any plans to NFT any other items within the game?
So they're going to be add-ons in the game where people, for example, I'm just saying, you're fighting in the game and your robot is just damaged so much, and you turn on fire. Then you can put in your fire extinguisher, and then it's a one-time hit. The fire goes off, and you have a little bit more fighting stamina, or an extra little bit more health. It's going to be one-time usage NFTs. So as soon as you use them, they get burned and disappear.
Okay, awesome.
Also, these NFTs are only going to be able to. This is going to be a semi-NFT basically. So these are fungible, non-fungible tokens, if that makes sense. And they will be able to be bought over and over again by all the players, basically, and they can only buy them with tokens.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so kind of offering again another little use case for your native token as well.
Yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, before again, I always end up steering back into the game because it's just my speciality. I love it. I need to make sure we do some diligence for the community and talk a bit about your guys' marketing efforts. So can I know a bit more about your kind of marketing plan prior to launch? And then I think a crucial one is obviously, in that 2-week period while we're waiting for the open world demo, right? Or also the week period, before the open world demo. what are you guys going to be doing in terms of marketing there to make sure that the chart stays stable and we're seeing sufficient volume come through?
Of course. So definitely, as you know, I have a partnership with Jay. In the first place, I will be utilizing my own network. I have a huge network. Every week I'm on television, every single Thursday morning on Channels TV. We in general just have a huge network where basically just by utilizing this network, the pre-sale will likely already sell out. We're having an AMA tour this week. We're going to utilize certain influencers from YouTube, Twitter that are already known in the space, as we are in direct contact to them as well. We get really good pricing. So basically for us, the pre-sale is really sorted already. Further, we're going to utilize Facebook advertisement, Twitter advertisements. We're going to use just YouTubers, Telegram call groups, and Twitter influencers, just these three. We don't do Instagram or TikTok or something. We don't find this effective. But further as well, when we launch, we instantly will arrange that we're going to get listed on CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, Nomics, all these platforms. So we have the right connections for this. So you can see with our previous project that we partnered with, we got them pre-listed on CoinMarketCap. We will also instantly then arrange Dexels trending, CoinGecko trending, CoinMarketCap trending, but also utilize banners on BSC scan, on Lunar Crush, etc., and really enhance everything. On top of this as well, we're going to do a huge giveaway that nobody knows about yet. And I want for now to keep it a secret what the product is going to be. The total giveaway is going to be worth over $20,000. And it's going to be something that can be used with the game.
Amazing. Okay. It's very, very exciting. And obviously people, I think, love a giveaway and the chance to win big money. So you'll definitely bring a lot of eyes to your project just through kind of methods like that.
I think you guys... I think it's a nice one to just give a first one here then. So guys, you're lucky you're going to get known first what's going to be the price. Do you all know Ready Player One, the movie?
Yeah, I think I'm familiar. Hopefully some people here are.
Yeah, exactly. So we're also basing the game on virtual reality. We want it to be able to be played with virtual reality. There are going to be 3 different ways in how you can control the robots. By a normal Xbox controller or your pad and computer, but also by voice, but also by visuals. So you yourself will be standing in a virtual reality and fighting as this robot. So 5 months ago, got a new platform invented from Cat VR. And it's a treadmill, a walking treadmill. So you can walk inside games in a virtual reality game. And we're going to give away a few of these treadmills to our community, to our first investors. I can share a picture. Give me a second.
Amazing. Yeah. Feel free to DM that over to me as well if you'd like. I'll share with the community. But yeah, I think VR especially. I know AR as well is coming up in the industry. It's not being utilized to its fullest potential just yet. But it's definitely something to heavily consider as let's say the hardware is becoming more and more affordable, right? You know, you've got like things like the Oculus Quest and things coming out where you don't need an expensive gaming rig to play these platforms anymore. So it's definitely becoming more accessible, more affordable. It would just be interesting, I think, for you guys to be one of the emerging, let's say, crypto projects on those platforms, because it's not so. I've heard a lot of GameFi projects. I really have. I haven't heard of one that's even looking towards go to VR. I've played I think one of the launch boxing titles on the VR platform. It's a very fun game. It is very interesting, but certainly I think it's literally just called Knockout. It's just the one where you're. It's on. It's literally, it comes with the Oculus when you buy it.
The Oculus Quest, I got the Quest to myself as well. I know what you mean. Mm-hmm. It's quite fun.
Yeah, exactly. I've had many mates accidentally punch walls while playing as well. So yeah, spatial awareness is going to be very crucial, but as well, obviously it doesn't go heavily in depth, right? You're just punching a a opponent or an AI opponent, it's not going really in depth. So if you guys have this vast world that they can explore, in-depth game and skill moves and combos that they can utilize and go with, while also doing it all in VR, that'd be super interesting. I think you guys could do very well there and stand out again. So yeah, definitely something to look forward to maybe for future development. I'm sure. I know VR development takes a little while longer than just say traditional getting the game out first. So it'll be everything at a time. But it's cool to see that you guys
you will be surprised in what kind of beautiful plugin Unreal Engine supports for VR. It's amazing. We're using Unreal Engine 5, and the possibilities we got now with VR, wow, it's something new, man.
No, amazing. Let me go ahead and I'll share this with the community as well, so they have an idea what we're talking about. I've seen a bunch of, I'm sure people have probably seen the videos of people in the, I think there's like the VR spaces and game cafes so that they can go to, and you see people running around on these ones. So yeah, it is really interesting. I'm glad to see.
It's good fun, guys. I got one in my home. It's really good fun. We're testing the game. We're going to try to test the game with this Cat VR. I'm now in contact with the company itself as well, as only Steam VR can be connected with the Cat VR. We're helping with them to really be able for us to connect our game to the Cat VR itself as first scripted game that can be connected to this kind of hardware.
Yeah. I think that could really ensure you guys stand out, and I think that's where a lot of stories and articles can be written about you guys. Really is when you're doing something completely different to the space, especially developing into a new hardware.
Be different.
Yeah, 100%. No, very, very interesting. I hope you guys I wish you guys all the best of luck with it. I think development is exhausting and can take its toll and take its time, and then you're going to have a crypto project alongside it, so you guys have definitely got your work cut out for you. But if you do it right, I'm sure that you'll be able to reap the rewards, so it'll be very, very interesting. What I want to do before again I divulge and we end up talking about our VR experiences and a bit more about the game for the next since we only have 15 minutes, I want to open some questions up to the community if they'd like. So what we'll do, if the guys have any questions, please feel free to raise your hands, and I'll try to get them answered. If you are a bit microphone shy, you can feel free to @ me in chat, and I'll read out your question for Björn as well. So let's go ahead and start with the Fox. The Fox, you've got a question. You're unmuted if you'd like to ask it.
Good afternoon.
You're a bit muffled. You're a bit muffled and quiet, Fox. I don't know if your microphone might be away from your mouth.
It shouldn't be, but I will speak louder and clearly to be able to get my questions heard.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Basically, I have a couple of questions. I'm a bit of a stickler for projects in every sense. I love the smile. That's what I like to see. So basically, question number 1. Tell me the real reason why you're launching on the BSC. And I know that there can be a number of reasons, from the highest rate of transaction, and I'm also someone that represents the trusted values of the Binance Smart Chain, although I am migrating to another chain. But I'd like to know why you chose the BSC first.
The first place is really because of the gas fees. That was the first reason why we migrated for our project to the Binance Smart Chain in the first place. And I just like building on the Binance Smart Chain. I'm a huge supporter of Binance. It's until now still a centralized blockchain, but they're really working towards getting decentralized. And of course, being an outstanding game on the Binance Smart Chain will give us a real nice access to the Binance exchange itself as well.
For sure. Okay, that's absolutely fine, and I agree the gas fees are a lot more reasonable, for sure. So I've listened to the entire thing, and I like the concept, I like the idea. I also like the integration with VR. It's very, very, very important. I've I've worked for Oculus. I've used the content, like, yeah, and I work in events basically, and I put a lot of thought into games and entertainment. So I like that you're trying to achieve something which is a bit new, integrating with VR, etc. Although there might be an issue with that, which is Web3 integration with the VR technology, which is something that I've personally thought about. How are you going to overcome the limitations of technology currently available?
This is something we will find a way along the road. This is something that is with development. You're going to try it out. If it's not been done before, you are going to be the person that needs to fall on his face, stand up again, and do it better. So how are we going to deal with the limitations? We are going to develop towards where we can develop towards and make it all as good as possible. If there's a limitation at the moment, I'm sure our developers are in such a high standard, they will find a solution or something that will work in the same benefits or in the same sort of circumstances. But I understand the question there. How are we going to get rid of these limitations? Honestly, we don't know, and nobody can know. As you're just going to develop towards the best of the best, and then you just know we can develop this, and we have to see if the Web3 will be connected and still work flawless while being connected with the VR.
Yeah, of course.
So, for example, like with the VR, we will need to take down a lot of the quality of the images, etc., to really run it smoothly. But I already have a lot of problems with my Oculus Quest 2 as well, with some normal games where I try to play it. And I'm connected to my Cat VR. But when you set everything right and you just go through the whole setup, eventually it will go smooth.
Yeah, for sure. There are ways of us being able to surpass the limitations of technology. I've been thinking about it quite a lot. And there is space for development in hardware that will enable us to be more adoptable by the mainstream populace of people that aren't currently investors. And I have a soft spot for pioneers. I really do. And if you really do intend to achieve these things, then fair play, and you have my support wholeheartedly. But the last thing I want to say before I leave is just that we need to be able to provide viability and provide actual services to be able to create an ecosystem which is not only fun for people to enjoy, but also a reason to stay with us on our journey into the future. And I guess I really hope that you do manage to do everything that you say and you don't get eaten alive by the BSC, because that's what it is.
Don't worry, I've been on BSC for almost a year now, so I'm a bit known by these people. But no, Fox, I want to say, I'm just a man with an ID, basically. I got an amazing team that can really make everything possible, but I'm also a real community man. I love this engagement with the community. I love that you are going so deep in these questions, and I would love you to invest in MetaBots, become part of the community, and if you have any ideas and you can help us with development, or you found something in how we can get over these limitations, you're more than welcome to help us out. And I like to try to include everybody to really make this something that we do together, as that's where cryptocurrencies are meant for. We do these things decentralized, and we do these things together. And together we build a future for each other and something sustainable where we can all make money out of it.
And they will come. Yeah. I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. I'm going to let other people come and speak, but I like everything that you've said so far. Send me a message by all means, and I'll back you up in any way that I can.
Well, I'll DM you right now, by the way, so I have your profile locked up, and then we speak a little bit after the AMA.
Beautiful. Yep. Thank you for the line of questions, Fox. That was, I think, a great couple of questions that we haven't had before. So, yeah, we appreciate that. And let's go ahead and get some more questions in before we have to wrap it up here. So, yeah, the next one is going to come from David O. You're unmuted if you'd like to ask a question, brother. And we'll give them a little while. Otherwise, I know I do have quite a few questions written up in the chat. Okay. David, yeah, not unmuting. So yeah, let's just go ahead and start with some of the questions that have been written in chat. So first one comes from Christo. I think it was asked by somebody else as well. Will the investment be vested? I'm assuming they mean pre-sale. And then if yes, for how long?
Can you repeat the question? I missed the first part. Sorry.
They were asking about the vesting period. I believe that will be for private sale and pre-sale. So how long?
The private sales have a vesting period of 10 months, with 10% being released every single month. And the pre-sales won't have any vesting period.
And the pre-sales won't have any vesting. But yeah, private sale obviously has it for 10 months. So that's, a great long period.
I want to say again, guys, if you want, don't just invest in this token to make profits. Of course, we all want to make a profit, but really use the utility. If you are a pre-saler, buy the pre-sale, stake those tokens and obtain and NFTs. Because I don't guarantee, but the most value is going to be in the NFTs. Stake the tokens, use your utility, make people see like, wow, before launch, whoa, there's 80-70% staked away. And boom, people will buy the launch as they see it as a fair launch now, as there's a lot of value locked away.
No, amazing. Yeah, like you've seen, a lot of people going to be vested holding for the game, I think. And like you said, you're offering that staking as well for people to buy into the NFTs, and that again will create a nice price floor for you guys. So going to be very, very key there as well. I've just seen a really good question as well that I didn't touch on, that we did touch on about the game from Emmy. So she's asked if will there be some sort of mixed martial arts later on as a fighting option, or will you stick to the traditional kind of boxing matches?
No, so I don't know if he or she is known with Real Steel movie, but basically everything just above the belt. So there are going to be all sort of different boxing styles, kickboxing, because it's with the feet, all sort of martial arts that's just above the belt. So they will give locks and just break off the arm, etc., or things like this are illegal in boxing.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, sticking to the kind of like you said, like the rules and regulations of the movie. But yeah, no, interesting question. But thank you for that, Emmy. And I think that's all the ones I could see written down. If there are any others, Tanvir, please go ahead and at me in them, because you did a great job with that.
Guys, just a quick one. I see this in the chat, if you don't mind me saying this.
Go ahead.
The day after tomorrow, Friday evening, we're going to have a Warzone tournament. We're doing like a community gaming evening, and then we'll all just go in a room together and play Warzone together, Call of Duty. The person that will win gets a free whitelist spot.
Awesome. Okay.
So you're invited, guys, if you know.
Amazing. If people want to get involved and get interested, and obviously have Warzone on their system, then yeah, definitely go ahead, join the community. And I think as well, if you have any other questions or you want to keep updated with you guys and the MetaBot team, then definitely obviously go ahead and join the community over at their Telegram. And they'll obviously be more than happy to help you out with more information and answering more questions. So yeah, very quickly, Krista, you did have a question, but you've mentioned, can NFTs be used in other gaming platforms in the metaverse? So I wouldn't believe so, but I'll let Björn decide. I'm assuming what they mean is, will your NFTs be able to be used in other games?
Yes.
So
yes. If it's compatible, it really depends on the compatibility of their platforms. But if they have the compatibility to get our characters in there, yes. It's an open metaverse world. Eventually, we're looking to work together with, I won't say the sandbox is too bloggy, but maybe with Decentraland or something. Or maybe also with the sandbox. And really try to get these worlds combined, be able to transfer from one to the other, have a MetaBots arena inside of Decentraland. It would be amazing.
Yeah, no, awesome. No, I think a great idea, and yeah, great question there, Christo. Thank you. And yeah, we are coming to the end portion of the AMA, unfortunately. I do have another AMA coming up shortly after this. So what I want to do, Björn, is bring the floor back to you. Let us know some crucial information, how people can get involved if they want to right now.
Perfect. I want to thank definitely a lot, everybody, for being in this AMA, asking the questions. If you need any information, just join the MetaBots chat, or ask them in the future launch and tag me. I will always try to look out for these chats and these questions. send me a DM. Please, if you send me a DM, tag me somewhere because I won't see your DM at all. It's just overflowing. Further, ask me anything, whatever you like. Oh, I see Sahil is asking a question, so I will unmute you for now. I cannot do that. I'm really sorry.
No worries. Yeah, let's bring Sahil in. Sahil always has great questions. We'll get the last question in.
Cool.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Hi, Sahil. I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm also fine, sir. Sir, actually, I have a question. That token I saw in website 4% is using in marketing. Okay, sir. So the influencer who take the token, when the token is going to be launched, is they can able to sell their all the tokens, or is there a kind of vesting period for them, like in weekly basis or monthly basis? Thank you, sir. Have a great day.
Now, this has just been asked before, so no. For the pre-salers, there's no vesting period.
Okay.
Yeah, so no vesting, but obviously the staking incentive for people for pre-sellers.
Exactly. So there's no vesting, but please stake the tokens and get those NFTs. As if you stake the tokens, get those NFTs, you're really involved in the project. You help your own bags and everybody else's bags.
Awesome. And what I want to thank you, Sahil. And yeah, very crucial. Just before we end the AMA as well, I want people to know how they can get a whitelist currently, and then when the pre-sale date is. So when they should be looking for pre-sale if they do win a whitelist spot. Of
course, yeah. If I'm correct, I'm not sure. Did a whitelist giveaway for your community?
So I can always lie and say like I hope it's double what we expect, but I'm pretty sure we've got whitelist spots to give away here. But if they aren't lucky enough to win whitelist spots with us, with our community, how else could they win their spots?
They can join the MetaBots community. They can join the Gleam competition, and just really describe in there why you want to join the pre-sale, why you need a whitelist, and if you're really going to use it for utility. We're very selective, and we're really trying to point out people that want to buy it for the utility of the token.
Mm-hmm. Amazing. And and then what date? What was the date for the pre-sale as well?
Yeah, it's the 8th of March on 7 p.m. UTC.
Amazing. So 8th of March, 7 p.m. UTC. Obviously, we'll be doing a whitelist giveaway here. Björn, if I can make sure that you stay in contact. I think was it Tanvir or Bailey who reached out to you to set this up? Bailey, amazing. Yeah, so Bailey will go through the details with you, I'm sure, as well. But for everyone else here, if you are looking to learn more about the project, please feel free to head over to the MetaBots Telegram community, find about more ways to get involved, ask all the questions. Like they said, they're having a event soon where they will be playing Warzone as a massive community and maybe give away a spot there. So plenty of opportunities until the 8th of March to get involved. Björn, just from myself and from the Future Lounge, it's been an absolute pleasure having you here and talking about your project. Thank you for choosing us for this AMA. And we wish you all the best of luck in the future. Please feel free to come through anytime you want to keep us updated or let us know anything else. And anything you need from us, brother, just feel free to reach out.
Perfect, man. Thank you very much. We enjoyed this AMA. Really nice questions and really good host, man. Cheers, guys. Appreciate it.